Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, do you see this little shit-eating grin on my face right now? Y'all, I have got an idea for a video. We're gonna test it out. You guys can tell me what you think. It is super random, so we're just gonna roll with it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys before I went and returned a bunch of stuff, and I was thinking about this video kind of while I was gathering up the products I was gonna return, and I thought like, wow, I wish there was a way that I could tell them, hey, this is what I'm returning and this is why. And then it occurred to me, hello, you can sit down and make a video before you leave. And so if you're wondering like, hey, where'd you do this look? I love it. I did already film it, and you will have seen it probably a week or 2 weeks ago, so I will link it up here. But what I'm going to be doing in today's video is going to be just explaining to you guys what I'm returning to Ulta and why I'm returning it. So if you don't see a product in this video that you think I should be returning or am wondering if I returned, more than likely either A, I'm not returning it, or B, I didn't buy it from Ulta. Because obviously your girl can only take something back to Ulta like if she bought it there. So we're kicking this video off super random with two products that are not makeup related. Boom and boom. Now both of these products are from Frizz Defense, which I did do a full video on all the products that they launched at Ulta, which I will go ahead and link up here. And in addition to these two products in that video, there was also a blow dryer and an 1.25 inch or an 1.5 inch round barrel curling iron. Both of those for right now I am keeping because I'm still testing those out. But these two, they gots to go, and I have my reasons. So just to dive into it really quick like here, this is the flat iron. Now when I first tested this out in that video, which again I will have linked for you, I didn't hate it. I thought it was really nice. There are aspects to this that I really enjoy. One of the biggest things that I love about this is the length of the paddle right here, the length of the actual heated up component right here, because if you have any sort of like shorter hair or little pieces in the back that are hard to reach, what always ends up happening to me is that as I'm curling and doing it like this in this motion, I can never seem to get the little hair to stay on the area where it's hot. And I know that that seems really weird, and I don't know if I'm the only one that has that issue, but when I was using this one, not one time did I go to curl a piece and have it slip off the hot plate. Every single time I was curling with this or like using it to straighten my hair in any way, it was always on the hot plate. I just really appreciated that about this product, because no matter what angle I was at, no matter where I was trying to curl or do whatever, I was always on the hot plate, and I love that. Now you guys are probably wondering, Paige, why are you returning this? Oh my god, you guys, you want to talk about making me a violent human being? These buttons, oh my god, these buttons right here, this is the dumbest thing I've ever... I cannot express to you how stupid I think putting these buttons in this spot are, because where do you hold it when you're straightening? Where do you hold yours? Because I hold mine right here. And it doesn't matter if you flip it around and put it thumb side, because guess what? You still end up messing with it. If you turn it this way, your little fingers, they play it like a flute, honey. Let me tell you, it is like the Lizzo solo from Truth Hurts up in here that, no, that's what it is, except with your hand. Yesterday, okay, I was trying one more time to make this thing work. I've used it so many times. I was in a hurry. I'm like, great, I'll just plug it in. Not a big deal. I plugged it in. I go to straighten my hair. I already, with the first go of curling my hair with my flat iron, had turned it off. I turned it back on. I let it heat up. It's a quick like 15-second heat up time. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll be patient. I hurry up. I heat it up. Happens again. I look down and I'm like, my god, my hair isn't nearly as hot. I had turned the temperature down all the way to like 350, keeping in mind I think I had set it for like 390 or something. I turned the temp down. I was like, oh my god, okay, fine. I turned the temp back up. I turned it off. Guys, this went on, I kid you not, for the entire time I was curling my hair, no matter how I tried to hold this thing. And I was literally, by the end, I was trying to curl my hair holding it like this. Just like trying to do it in any sort of a way that I could get my hair done quickly and not turn these buttons on, off, up, down, left, right, sideways, turn your blinker on. Oh my god. Like, I like the straightener. I didn't have anything against it at first, but guys, this button, y'all at Frizz Defense need to figure this out, because this is not the situation. These buttons should have been in here. They should have been literally anywhere else, but where you put them, I cannot with that. Now, the other item that I'm returning is this guy right here, and I'm mainly returning this one like I showed you in that video, just because when I am going through and straightening my hair, I do feel like this one has more of a tug on it and more of a stick in my hair, if you will, than my Revlon one. I mentioned in that video, I love my Revlon hair dryer. It is so good, and it does give you like that nice little hoop-de-loo-rah at the ends of your hair. It's a great straightener. They're right around the same price. And for me, this one just isn't worth keeping around. A, I like that one more. And B, I like the shape of that one more because it doesn't get stuck in my hair. And for that reason, this one's gots to go, honey. She gots to go. Now, diving into some makeup, we're going to try to power through these because your girl is working on being efficient. She's working on making shorter videos. Girl, keep it going. Okay, the next item is from Revolution Pro. Sadly enough, we actually have quite a few items from Revolution Pro, so I will tell you right now, did a full face of what was new from them. I will link it right up here. First item on the chopping block is this palette. This is their new neutral palette. This is supposed to be their version of the duped palette, the new nude palette from Huda Beauty, of course, and I did talk about this. I did, like I said, a full review of it, and for me, the issue with this palette is that the quality just isn't there. Like I said in this video, if you are going to dupe another person's work, do it better than this, and for me, I just wasn't impressed. I found some of the shades to be chalky, very inconsistent, and even like the glittery shades, very chunky. And even as it sits here in pan, I don't love the fact that like just from moving it around and putting it from one bin to the other, I'm already having like some of the glitters are actually falling out of the pan. It's making a mess because overall for me, this palette just was not constructed well at all. So she gots to go. Also from Revolution Pro, we have their Goddess Glow Primer. Now this primer I really, really wanted to love. I tried it multiple times and it's not that it looks bad when you first apply it. For me, the issue with this one is the dry down because you do have a little bit of a sheen there, but when I apply this to my skin, it sticks down like a paste and then dries like a paste. So picture if you took like Elmer's glue, like that white glue we all used as kids, if you added like a gold, glimmery, shimmery goopiness to that and then smeared that on your face, this product is how I would picture that concoction drying down on my skin, if that makes sense. Because as it dries down, it just doesn't, settle into the skin. It doesn't leave you like a nice moldable sheen. And then the real kicker is this right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it literally pills up on your skin. Like you can see those little chunks right there. That is this product pilling up on my hand. So I've tried this one a couple of times. Every time it's been very consistent as far as the way it sits, which I don't like, the way it pills up, which I also don't like. And I don't even really like the cast that it gives my skin. It turns it very yellow. So for me, also a no. Now I do have just a couple more products from them that I want to breeze through, so bear with me. This is their Skin Finish Luminescence Powder, and I'll show you why I'm returning this one. Yeah. This entire compact, like that's the product right there. It literally popped out. I was trying to use it. All I did was take my JH01, my big fluffy brush. I pounced it in there like I normally would any other product. I went pounce and this whole thing went boop and fell out. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Did I break it? Oh no, I didn't break it. It was never adhered to the bottom. And you can tell that it wasn't adhered to the bottom because all the little grid marks are still on there that match this. So this wasn't even one of those things where it's like, oh, Paige was just so aggressive with the product. Paige with a big old Hulk hand. She needs to calm down. No, this was like a Paige literally, and it was what really pissed me off. Oh, honey, let me tell you. What really pissed me off was that this was the second time I went to use this. I used it in the video. I was like, okay, you guys know I keep testing products so I can update you on them. And I opened it up and I grabbed my thing. My makeup was going so nice. And when I went poof with the brush, and it wasn't like wham, I didn't like take an axe in there, okay? It was my JH01, the same brush I use every single day. And I literally poofed it in there and poof, it went all over my pants, which is also what it did this time. But oh my God, you guys, I was violently angry. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was so angry. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna package her up. She is getting returned because it's one thing if I break it, if I drop it, if I do something, that's on me. I'm a very honest person. I would own it all day long. But this girl, this is not my fault. I'm not gonna keep a product that literally could not handle 2 uses. No, thank you, goodbye. Next product, we're not even gonna waste time on these individually. Both of these powders are trash. Oh my God, I hate them so much. If you saw the video, you will know. Now this is their Hydra Matte Translucent Setting Powder. Literally the whitest powder I've ever seen. Like, hello, this would give cocaine a run for its money. The other powder is their new Neutral Translucent Pressed Powder. Literally this, but in a pressed version. Like, these on the skin, first of all, I tried to use them like one day off of camera. I tried to just like, oh, I'm gonna brighten up my under eyes. Absolutely not. Oh my God, the way that they sit on the under eyes, you look, first of all, so crinkly, so cracky, and I'm not even talking use them to set. Oh no, I'm saying I tried to literally just like dunk a brush in lightly and go whoop, 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 and swipe it under my eyes just to see if I could use it as a brightening powder. Woohoo, girl, no, bye. It looked so bad. When I tell you, like Old Man River under my eyeballs, that It is not the look. I go through great lengths to make sure that my under eyes look nice and bright and light and awake and hopefully not crunchy. And girl, no. And then the last item I have in my possession that is going back from them at this moment here is their Sculpt and Glow Contour and Highlight Palette. It is this little guy right here. Now, from that video, you might remember me saying this shade right here, the bronzer type shade, I don't hate that. The consistency was okay. It worked out okay for my skin. Not my favorite, but it's okay. But this highlight shade, I'm sorry, what are you trying to pull on me? First of all, this is supposed to be the light version of this palette. This is in the shade Desert Sky. And the shade that is in here for highlight, first of all, feels really nice and silky. It's very deceiving. Swatch it on your finger, very deceiving. Swatch it on your hand even, a little deceiving, looks a little natural. You blend it out, it's not awful. It gives you a little bit of shine. On my cheek, this literally looks like I took the most peachy ass colored eyeshadow I could find and just fucking ripped it on my face. It is, oh, it is so frustrating. And then to top it all off, yes, when you feel it, it feels nice and silky and luxurious, but for some reason on my face, this highlight literally could not look uglier. Like, it is so chunky and thick, and the consistency, again, when you feel it, it feels really soft and really nice. And even I was like impressed when I first touched them. I was like, damn girl, these are like some fucking 3,000 thread count sheets, honey. Yes, we're getting up in here. But then when I applied it to my skin, absolutely not. No, just no. Absolutely not. I have no need for you. No need. So real quick, we're going to grab these little guys from Wet n Wild. These are their Snowmelt lip powders. Now, I did do a full video of these, which of course I will link up above. And by the way, all of this will be linked down below as well. If you want to scroll down, it'll go product video, so you can kind of follow along that way. Because girl, they only give us 5 links up here. Rude, but they only give us 5 links. Anyways, this powder, guys, I'm only getting rid of these 2 shades because actually, if you've seen that video, I don't hate this product. I do a full wear test on it. I show you guys what it looks like, how it works with other products, so on and so forth. But for me, these 2 colors here, they just do not work. One is orange and one is like a light kind of brown orange, and neither of which look flattering on me even in the slightest. They both pull a very ugly khaki orange on my lips, and it's just not cute. Now, this one kind of pains me, you guys, because Catrice is one of my favorite brands, but girl, we gotta let go of this under eye primer business. I do not understand this. I've tried it multiple times. Basically, what it's supposed to be is a hydrating primer, which works to create the ideal base for your under eye concealer. It reduces the look of fine lines and perfects under eye concealer application. Girl, no, it does not. All this does is create problems. It makes my under eye way too sticky and way too moist. Oh, dare I say moist. And it's just not cute on my under eyes. What also gets me about this, by the way, is that it doesn't matter when I apply it. It's still sticky and still too wet and still too goopy. I tried applying this right before my concealer. Okay, it didn't work out. I get it. Maybe it needs a little more time to dry. So I tried literally applying this like I did my primer, I did this, and then I started the rest of my face. Figured that would give it, 5-10 minutes to really sink in before concealer. And it just doesn't sink into my under eyes. I don't know what it is about this stuff, but for some reason, it will not do what it's supposed to do. And what I find is that it actually makes my under eyes so like almost dimethicone-y or so hydrated. I don't know what the word is, but it makes my concealer crease more and look more obnoxious than if I would have just not used this. So for me, it's a pass, which sucks. Y'all know I love Catrice. They're one of my favorite brands, but like, I can't, girl. I can't. Another product I just cannot stand. I'm sorry. I know everybody loves Smith & Co, but guys, this light diffusing concealer crap, oh, the violence that I feel when I look at this. The violence! I do not like this. It is, to me, almost a non-existent concealer. I did use this in a full face of new makeup, which I'll link up above, down below, wherever. And what I hate about this concealer is that it's like, what, 97% water? So when I apply this and I blend it out on my under eye, I'm left with almost no coverage. Number one, that I cannot stand right from the beginning. If I'm using a concealer, I know some people like a light coverage. Okay, yes, if you like light coverage, maybe you would like this, but I still don't like it because the way it sits on my under eye, it's like so watery and so liquidy that it like sinks into my fine lines and all the pigment sucks in there. Remember that atomic wedgie I was talking about a couple weeks ago? That is this. It atomic wedgies its ass into my cracks in my eyes, and I can't get it out. I can't blend it because it's so thin and so watery that I really can't manipulate this. I it has no viscosity for me to work with. It has no ass for me to move around, and I can't stand that, number one. So it just settles into all my fine lines, all that, doesn't have a ton of coverage. However, I will say if you have a very smooth under eye and you don't have a ton of discoloration, or you like natural makeup, you might really enjoy this, because it does have decent qualities. But girl, my under eyes, they got creases and bags. Girl, like my under eyes are just, they seen some shit, okay? And they don't respond well to this situation, whatever you want to call it. They just don't respond. The next item I have here is from Smashbox, and this, as much as it pains to say it, is their Photo Finish Fresh Setting Powder. Now, it looks like online a lot of people are really enjoying this, and for me, it's strictly from a color perspective. This is shade 1, which is the lightest, and it is way too dark on me. If you didn't see the video, I will link it down below. I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head if this really showed it, but I did try to use this one more time after I filmed that video, and no matter where I tried to set this on my face, it just really casts dark on me. And I'm not sure if that's because it has such a like intense warm yellowy undertone to it. I'm not really sure, but for whatever reason on me, the color of this just doesn't work. What I can tell you though, as far as the way it sits on the skin, it doesn't sit bad at all. I couldn't really wear test it consecutively like I do all the other products when I give you an update, but for me it did sit down nicely. It wasn't chunky or anything. It actually looked pretty smooth on the skin, again from what I could see, but because it was making my skin so dark casted, I don't really want to speak negative or hype about it just because I'm not really sure. And you guys know I like to be 100% honest with you, and I don't really have an answer just because it was so dark on me. Now, I don't know if this pulled dark on me, like I said, because the tone or because of the undertone. Like, I'm not sure. Shade 1, when you first, like, you know, scrunch it out of the container, it doesn't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. I actually think it looked like a nice light shade. So I'm not sure, maybe if the undertone in this just doesn't agree with my personal undertone, that happens. So I'm not going to speak badly about the product. It's just, for me, the shade did not work. And then the last two items I have here, ooh, they're both from Benefit, and this is not going to be pretty. So I did use this one. This was its own video, actually. I did a full video. I will link it down below. And then this is their Hello Happy Velvet Powder Foundation, which I did use also in a video. It might have even been that Smashbox video, maybe. I don't know. It'll be linked down below as well. I'm going to go ahead and get started with this powder, because for me, the powder was a huge bummer. Now, it does say that this is a velvet foundation powder, and I don't know about you guys, but when I hear velvet foundation powder, I expect a foundation powder that's actually going to have some semblance of coverage. And what I can't stand about this powder is that when I'm applying it, it literally does nothing. Like, it doesn't even set my foundation well. And guys, when I tell you I tried this multiple ways, I'm not kidding. I tried this as a foundation powder by itself, just kind of patting it all over the skin for like a light kind of coverage day. Forget light coverage, gave me zero coverage, first of all. And then I tried using it over a regular foundation, which I thought would be better because, you know, obviously I'd already have that coverage. All this would have to do is maybe set the face and maybe add a little coverage if it had to give. It didn't, and it looked horrible as a setting powder. So for me, this is just a big no. So I saved this guy for last. This is their Hello Happy Flawless Brightening Foundation, and I legit thought I was crazy when it came time to review this foundation, because I used it in that video, I took it off, and at the end of the night, my mom was like, honey, you got little bumps all over your face. Like, are you all right? And I was like, little bumps? I don't have little bumps. Well, I looked up close. I was like, my God, I do have little bumps. That's so weird. And I was like, well, maybe those aren't from this foundation. Like, those could be from anything. And my mom was like, well, Paige, I look at you literally every day. You don't normally have those. And I'm like, Mom, you're crazy. You're crazy. So I tried it another day, and I was like, all right. I'm still seeing some little bumps. Maybe there's an issue, but I don't see anybody else talking about this. It has to just be a me thing. It has to be some other product I'm using. And then it all happened. It all came full circle. One of you beautiful people in the comments were like, hey, I tried this foundation. It gave me little bumps. And I was like, you mean it's not just me? And ever since then, I didn't feel guilty not wanting to continue trying to test it out, because obviously if it did it to me and it did it to somebody else, it's not just my skin. It's also somebody else. Somebody else had the same reaction I did. So moral of the story is I am returning this because my skin don't like it. It doesn't look good. And not only that, the formula of it, like, it doesn't wear that great anyways. Out of all the foundations I've tried lately, this one, like, I forgot it even existed until I went back through and was checking out my videos, and I was like, oh, what about this one? Like, I literally forgot it existed. It's forgettable to me. And so I just, you know, even if it didn't make me have little bumpies, I still would get rid of it because it's just, I don't need it. It's just, you're not memorable, honey. It's time to go. It's time to part ways. Goodbye. And you guys, that is it. That's the end of this video. That is everything that I am returning to Ulta. I'd love to hear from you guys down below. What do you think? Is this a weird video? Is this something you'd like to see? And also, while you're down there, do not forget, you can also check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. They are both linked down below. And again, one more time, if I didn't say it enough, if you want to see this look, I will have this face linked down below as well. I went through and I did a get ready with me Q&A where I answered a bunch of your questions. So if you didn't see that, there's a bunch of good stuff in there. I talk about my business. I talk about my health. I talk about how the two are related, favorite TV shows, stuff like that. So definitely check that video out. It will be linked down below. Do not also forget, if you haven't done so yet, you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications to this here YouTube channel, because y'all, I do upload 5 videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. And you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yo, girl is a sweaty, sweaty woman. A sweaty, sweaty woman. So we're kicking this off. Ah! We have a straightener and a air curler hair thingamajiggy. I don't know what this is exactly called. What is this thing called? Hello, everybody. Hey. These lights are bright. These lights are making me sweat. These lights are gonna suck my soul from my body. Ooh.